Hey everyone, it's Carissa Wiley here for ConcordandNinth.com. Thanks for joining me today. The new simple pop-up dies from Concord and Ninth are a great way to make any card project pop inside or outside. These simple pop-up dies are built on a basic pop-up concept, but this takes all of the guesswork and all of the measuring out of creating those pop-up cards. So you can see you have 6 separate pop-up dies here. The dies not only create the strips that you need, but place the score lines perfectly spaced. And you can see there's a variety of different depths included in this die set. So you have some that will make things pop up more and some that will be a little bit lower loft. So I've die cut all of these to show you here. And once you've die cut them, you will have your score lines. It's kind of hard to see in the video here, but all of the score lines are created for you when you die cut these elements. And I wanted to quickly show you how to use these to create a pop-up feature on the outside of your card. Now, keep in mind, you can use these to create a pop-up feature on the inside fold of your card as well. So I have this rainbow here, which I've made with the Sunshine and Rainbows die set. Because it's a larger die, I have die cut 2 of the strips. But if you have something that's a little bit smaller, you can get away with just 1 of these strips. You'll determine the size of strip that you need based on the size of the element and the amount of loft that you want. So you can see I'm starting here by folding on all of the score lines created by the die. These will eventually kind of adhere together to create like a little cube type thing. I like to reinforce my fold lines with a bone folder just to make sure I get a nice crease on all of those edges. And now once I have all of those reinforced, I am going to fold this into a cube. You'll see that one side is shorter than the other. That's the side that I'm going to add liquid glue to. So that shorter tab, I'm going to add some liquid glue to that and then tuck it right underneath the tab that's a little bit longer and adhere that together, creating kind of this little box or cube. Now I like to use some reverse grip tweezers to hold that in place as it sets up. And I'm going to repeat this process for a second strip here. Now, I decided to do 2 because I want one on each side of my rainbow. And I am giving you an example here of the pop-up strips used on the outside of a card. But keep in mind, you can use these on the inside fold of the card as well to create a surprise pop-up element on the inside of the card. So I'm following the same process that I did before, folding on all the score lines, reinforcing with my bone folder, and then adhering that together to create this little cube. Now, the great thing about a simple pop-up like this is that when it folds flat, it is really flat. So there's not a ton of dimension, and this makes these cards perfect for mailing. So you can see I have my 2 cubes now. I have the seam side facing towards my work surface. And on the top of these cubes, I'm going to add some liquid glue and adhere them to the back of my rainbow here. So you can see once I get them lined up parallel with the bottom of the rainbow, I'm going to fold them flat and allow them to adhere. So I only have adhesive on the top part of that box, adhering them to the rainbow. That's going to allow these to pop up and down as needed. So once they're adhered to the back of my rainbow, then again, I am going to take and add some liquid glue to the top of my box again. So these are facing upward. I'm adding some liquid glue to the top of that box, and then I will add this rainbow onto my card project. I like to kind of adhere it with it in the popped up position to make sure that it's where I want it when it kind of comes out of the envelope, and then push it flat to kind of adhere everything in place. And you can see that this truly does lay very flat so it can go inside of an envelope. Now, obviously, my rainbow hangs off the edge of my card, but I could put this in a larger envelope. And when it comes out of the envelope, this will then pop up to create that very dimensional rainbow feature. You can see that this actually gives me a ton of loft on this rainbow, and it's pretty sturdy there, but it folds flat to go in an envelope. Now, in order to use these simple pop-up dies on the inside of a card project, you're going to tuck one of those cubes right into the fold line of the center opening of your card. And then you can attach your image, your stamped and die cut image, to the front side of that cube, and it will create a pop-up effect on the inside of the card. So let's have a look at a couple of cards that I created using these simple pop-up dies. You can see I used the new Sunshine and Rainbows die set, and I have a ton of loft on this, but all of this will fold flat in order to fit inside of an envelope. You can see it's all contained on the front side of the card, and then this pops up. You can even place this on display so that that rainbow and clouds and sunshine are kind of just like leaping off the front of the card at you. Now, I created a second one with this Window Wishes stamp and coordinating die set. This one has a little bit less loft, so I've used a pop-up die from that set that has a little less loft, but nevertheless, you have plenty of dimension there, and this folds flat to put inside of a card project. I love that everything you need to know about these dies is right in the name of the product. Simple pop-ups. I mean, how much easier can it get to create all this dimension and all this loft and have it lay flat to go in an envelope than these simple pop-up dies? I can't wait to see you all make your card projects pop with these brand new dies.